Hey, hey.
It's Oak Island Day.
Hey, it is Oak Island Day. Welcome to Could It Be an Oak Island pregame? So, you know us, D&D,
Yes.
but we have a very special guest tonight.
Yes, we do all the way from Canada.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All the way?
All the way. Like, just right up there. She's right near the Isle of Oaks.
So in Nova Scotia?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
This is my sister from another nation, Kim Moser.
Hello. So good to see you guys. Oh, and Deidre, it's been too long.
It has. I mean, it's been since September, and that's too long. I mean,
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, well, Deidre, when she got back from her trip to Nova Scotia, she went on and on about how she made this new friend. I thought she was going to say the sister from another Mista. But that's not what happened.
That didn't happen.
No, seriously. She was like, Kim is so cool, and I loved hanging out with her, and we are the same. She's our people.
She's our
No. I felt the same way. It was so cool to meet you in person, Deidre, because it was like I had known you for so long.
Right. So
Yeah.
for those that don't know, also, so we met on the internet, right? I mean, if you're gonna put it that way, right? So when we had first started this podcast, was that season 6?
Yeah, I think so.
We were just getting like Instagram and stuff going. That's how we met, and we got to talking. And Kim, was doing podcasts at the time. So a lot of you know her from Booze and Bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was a specialty podcast that dealt in spirits. Oh wait,
Yes.
that goes both
the
Right.
spirits.
both the spirits. She had literally the booze were like boo, right? So ghosts and bourbon was like the drink.
Yeah.
And so put them together, you had booze and bourbon, and that I just have to say that the name of that podcast was
Very
excellent.
clever.
Thank you. I cannot take credit for it though. My co-host Jen, she came up with the name. So
It was quite good.
thanks.
And I
I'll let her
listened
know.
Yeah, I listened to many episodes. I'm not a bourbon drinker, but I love the other stuff. It was fun to listen to. I remember one episode you had Jack Bagley on to tie it into some Oak Island stuff. And
Yeah.
You did a kind of like a haunted tour of Oak Island, right?
Mm-hmm. I did. Yeah. I did a special booze and bourbon / salty dog tour with Tony, and Jack came, and it was a lot of fun. He has a lot of stories.
I'd be curious to hear some Jack stories.
Yeah,
Just ask him about the paranormal in Oak Island, and I'm sure you're going to get a few.
he'll just go on and on, I'm sure.
Yeah, him and Hensky.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. So, Kim.
Hello.
Yeah, we're here to talk with our friends because all of our friends are the ones that join us and they're in the chat right now. We talk to them every week about the upcoming episode of The Curse of Oak Island. Real quick, I need to start saying some highs in the chat. I see the OG Agnes in the house.
Hey, Agnes.
We have Bonnie, Jeff, Tara, Anne Marie from Germany. We have Susan, Boki, and the other Susan. And hi, everybody. And that's all I could see because this chat's just like going crazy. But we just want to say hello to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for playing Oak Island Trivia yesterday because we had a whole bunch of fun with that. And yeah. So now let's okay. So on my mind, I have okay. You are from near Oak Island. Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay,
very, very close.
Very close. So growing up,
Mm-hmm.
like, what did you hear? What did you like? What was going on in the island as you're growing up and you're hearing about this legend? And was it a cool thing? Was it like, it's kind of a weird thing, and now it's cool? Like, what was it?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I mean, there were a lot of books written about it, so I think that's kind of how I got my inquisitive sort of ideas about Oak Island, probably when I was about 10 years old. But unfortunately, I think kids that were older than me, so I was born in 82, but kids that were older than me had an opportunity to go on Oak Island and have a little tour. But during my whole childhood, that was shut down. So I didn't have that opportunity to go. But I mean, I always wanted somebody to go back and dig. Like I would even ask my dad, I'm like, Dad, do you have enough money that you can put towards Oak Island so that they can look for the treasure again? Like I was always just really wanting this to happen. So honestly, it was like a dream come true when I saw that there was a TV show and that this was going to happen.
I mean, and Dad said, yes, of course, honey.
No.
I'll buy you anything you want. The
No.
island.
I wanted a pony and I didn't get a pony and I didn't get an Oak Island dig.
Oh man, that's rough. That's rough.
Right. Oh, somebody sees a gnome. Yes, I actually made him. I felted him.
Yes. I was noticing the gnome behind you, and I was like, oh snap! It's like you belong. Like
You got gnomes right up here. You see them?
Oh, look at that!
Well,
Love
I
it.
don't know if you heard or not, but we do the Oak Island trivia. This
Oh,
season,
yeah.
we're doing something crazy, something we've never done before. We're keeping a leaderboard going throughout the whole season, and whoever has the most points at the end of the season will win a golden gnome.
What? That's awesome.
So it's not too late. You should jump in and start playing next week.
Maybe I need another gnome to add to my collection. A golden one at that.
You could get the golden gnome, or second place will get the silver gnome, and then the bronze will go to the third place.
Nice. I like this, guys.
yeah. I mean, that's how we do around here. Is got to have our traveling gnome, and sometimes he's gold, sometimes he's not. I mean, it just kind of depends on where you land.
Mm-hmm. So, Kim, I'm assuming you have to bump into these guys that work on Oak Island all the time, right?
This past year, I have not, but previously I have. It's been really cool.
Who have you?
Let me see. Who have I met?
Yeah.
I've met Marty and Rick. I've met Jack.
Bump into situation.
No, I went on an Oak Island tour. My friend, one of my friends, his uncle is a Freemason, and they were doing like Freemasonry tour. And so I got invited. So I got to go on the island then. But I'm going to say that was like 5 or 6 years ago. And then, of course, I do bump into Tony all the time because he keeps the Salty Dog boat at the same marina where I keep my boat. But who else? I don't think I've met anybody else. Oh, no. That's a lie. That is a lie because I've met Scott too.
Oh. Yeah, we know that guy.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? He did say he met you, and he said he really liked you. You were a good one.
Oh, that's very, very kind. People don't have to be so generous with their words.
Nah, Scott's a solid guy. So is Tony, and like you said, you have definitely spent plenty of time working with him and boating and all that.
It's true. Yeah. I even got to work on the Curse of Oak Island behind the scenes a couple of times.
Ooh, tell us how that came amuck, if you will.
Let me see. Well, actually, before I kind of changed careers, so I was selling forklifts for a while. I know, it's really exciting. It wasn't perfect for my personality. It was a little dull. But anyway, I kind of got into the film industry around the same time that I was looking to make a career change. So my career change was getting my captain's license, and I was going to work for Salty Dog Tours. But during that time, COVID hit, and all of the cruise ships decided they were no longer coming to Halifax. So I was like, well, what am I going to do? So it turns out that I had another opportunity. I started doing some paranormal investigations on a local TV series here in Canada called Haunted. And then that just kept spiraling. So then I got some opportunities to do some production management on other shows. But yeah, Tony had asked me to work for him, which was a very, very sweet gesture. And I would have really liked it. But however, now I'm so busy with the film stuff that I don't have the opportunity to do that. The only time I get to spend on the boat is when it's my boat. I see a couple of questions here. What's my boat's name?
Yeah,
it's gone through a couple of changes, actually. So it started out as a boat called Rum Line, and now it's called Halftime because my husband is a huge football fan, and it's a pretty fast boat. So there's a dual purpose to the name.
So, are you talking like football, like soccer, or
No.
football, like football?
Yes.
Okay. Hey,
I'm
you're
not
international.
British.
You're international.
Okay, but like,
Okay.
come on now.
Hey, right now it's the World Cup. People are talking about football. I'm like, bro, that's not football, but whatever.
Yeah. That's soccer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got you. Deidre loved soccer growing up. I can't get into it. It's way too boring.
I still love boring.
It's very boring. Hey, a couple people asked you about your boot.
Oh, my boot?
Yeah.
Yeah, your boot.
Yeah.
Oh, can you? Oh my gosh, there it is. There's a boot.
Whoa.
Oh, I got it, friends. Oh, yep, that took some work. I got it. No, I haven't named it. It's the size of a boat.
Deidre is officially jacked up. Okay.
I am. I am jacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since shortly after I met the lovely Kim here, got home, fell down some stairs, did a thing. It just keeps not getting better, and and now they're like, Deidre, you need to calm down. Here's your boot. Go talk to the orthopedics, and we're not looking forward to that.
Terrible.
Deidre,
and it's not designer. It's not designer.
No, it's not. I mean, maybe we could make it designer.
Sure.
It could be a Deidre design if you did something to it. Sure.
You'd like do some stenciling.
No, Deidre suspects that she's going to need some kind of surgery, and I hope that's not the case because that would be sad.
Yeah, it would be sad.
Yeah. Susan asks, "Can you bear weight on it?"
Well,
she's not supposed to.
But they put me like in a boot so that because me and crutches I don't like them.
It's funny. Gilia says add bling to it.
Oh gosh.
Like my mom would to a car. My mom adds like all this bling to her car.
Like,
all right. How about Boki says get Gary to sign your boot.
I'd have to send it to him at this point.
Yeah. Hey Kim, did you know that like Gary Drayton is Deidre's best friend now? Like you are her best friend too.
Okay. I was worried for a moment. That's really cool. I'm very jealous. How did that come about?
Well, I met a guy in a bar.
As one does when you're in Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, naturally. So I ate a lot at the Mug and Anchor because I knew if I was going to run across anybody, you at least got to go in there for supper time because I was like, okay, I think they roughly get off work this time. And if someone was going to go get a bite to eat, I'm going to strategically place myself. And it worked really well for me. I met a few people in a bar this way. One of them was on my very last night. I ran into Corey and Mulligan and Gary Drayton. We shut that bar down and Tony was there. And he had
love it
there. We were there way late, up all night.
I
almost missed my flight.
She was literally up all night. Like she was up hanging out with Gary and all of them all night long. And then by the time she got back after a long flight across the country, she still hadn't slept.
I hadn't slept since the day like prior.
Yeah. She's crazy.
Wow. That's a story. Good for you.
It was not what I expected. I expected to come home from the Mug and pack my bags that evening, get some sleep. Yeah. No, I at 5:30 drove very quickly away from the Mug and threw things in my bag very quickly.
No organization.
No, which is not like me.
It's not like her at all.
Yeah, it was a wild time. It was a good time. Everybody was so wonderful when I was there. So, yeah, there's a lot of great people, including my friend there.
Hi.
So you said you got to work behind the scenes?
Yeah.
The Isle of Oaks. You didn't really
like what'd you do?
Yeah.
I was on a boat and I was making sure that the boat could dock properly. And I occasionally took over the wheel and just kind of kept the boat out of any camera sight. I'm like, I want the drone to come over here. Like, look at me. Hi. And there were a couple of times where there were like producers and stuff on the boat as well. But it was basically like a chase boat. So yeah, I didn't really get to hear a lot of the very interesting conversations. I didn't have to sign an NDA. I wish it did though. That would have been cool. But yeah, I'm never seen.
I mean, it was a chase boat, but maybe was there a chase scene? Maybe like you're chasing Scott Barlow on his boat.
That would have been really fun.
That would have been.
That would have been really fun.
We should arrange
Yeah. But when was that? It wasn't. I guess it would have been season 8 and season 9.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It must have been a really cool experience.
It's been like a dream come true, like a bucket list item.
It was, but speaking of buckets, I really wished that I would have had a bucket. It was a long time out on the boat. And I mean, guys, they can just, when they need to pee, they can kind of go wherever. But yeah, no, I wish I had a bucket. I had to wait until they took us over to the island so us girls could pee. And they put us on the back of a pickup truck and we went up to the bathrooms. And they served us lunch, which was really nice.
Did they take you to the special porta potty there?
Like the ones that there's like 3 in a row and they're kind of their own trailer with these fancy stairs going up?
Oh no, I meant the one with a view that like overlooks the swamp and there's just like this random blue porta potty sitting there at the edge of the swamp on the like western side. It's like you open the door and there's a view, like this huge view. So anytime you go by on a boat, you see this just like bright blue porta potty sitting there. Anybody could pop out anytime. Hello.
That's funny. I did not get to go to that one.
Oh, bummer. Porta potty with the view. You missed it.
Did you when you went?
No, I saw it. Oh. Like on the other way though. Like I viewed it. I didn't get the view because
I see.
You can't risk it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony's going by with one of his tours.
That'd been funny.
Oh man.
It would be a great spot actually for just getting some business ideas here on the side. If I was, in a paparazzi boat, ooh, I could just have it set up there facing that blue porta potty and get some great photos.
Well, they would, or you can blackmail too.
True.
Yes.
What's the real treasure here?
Hey, who's the one making money here?
Exactly. Right? Make your own treasure. That's what it's really for.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Kim, I don't know this about you or not, so I'm going to ask, do you like Harry Potter by chance?
I do. However, I've only seen, I think, the first 2 movies.
That's okay. Those are the best 2. The rest of them suck. So well done. I love the books and everything, but Deidre and we sorted all the all the cast of the Curse of Oak Island into Hogwarts houses.
No way.
2 years ago.
Who's in Slytherin?
Deidre was in Slytherin. She was
was Scott.
Yeah, Deidre's the head of House Slytherin. Let me tell you.
Really?
Charles Barkhouse.
Charles was in Slytherin. Yep.
Okay.
Who else?
See. I'm trying to remember.
Wasn't Marty?
I think he may have been. I was trying to remember who else ended up there.
Rick was in Gryffindor.
For shizzle.
Billy was Hufflepuff.
He was a Hufflepuff.
I gotta find out where I belong in all this.
Well, we could. I mean,
maybe a Ravenclaw.
Okay.
They're the ones that or you could be maybe half Ravenclaw, half Hufflepuff.
How can you divide yourself in half?
I'm just saying, Hufflepuffs are hard workers, and look at her. She's a go-getter.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my cat is actually making an appearance right now. And
that's
quite
perfect.
Sorry.
Our cat often makes an appearance, and people get very excited. So
this is Ernie, everyone.
Hi, Ernie.
Ernie.
Look at that kitty.
Aww.
That's funny.
Good.
Good stuff.
Hey, what do you have to drink there?
It's really boring, actually. It's water with 2 squirts of watermelon Kool-Aid.
Ooh.
Oh, only 2 squirts.
I think that's really interesting, actually.
Really? That says a lot about me?
I'd drink that.
This is a lot about you. You drink fancy Kool-Aid water.
Kool-Aid. Man, I can't even tell you the last time I had Kool-Aid.
It's just like the little super concentrated drops that you can put in your water, right?
Okay.
No.
Gotcha. That's cool.
It still sounds
What are you drinking?
fancy. I'm drinking Malbec this evening.
Oh, see,
Malbec.
did I not get the memo about drinking on this?
That's what we do.
Pre-game, yo.
We thought you'd be like here with like 2 bottles in each, one in each hand with the bourbon.
Guys, don't tempt me. My bar is like literally right over there.
I mean,
do you know what I did first thing this morning?
drink?
No.
Oh.
But I bought alcohol before the liquor store was open. So there's some really great releases of some rare bourbons that we got here in Halifax at the liquor store.
Ooh.
And so we started lining up when it was freezing cold before the liquor store opened so we could get our dibs. So my husband and I, we left with 6 bottles of bourbon at 10 a.m.
Woo, woo.
I was like lining up outside the liquor store. Wow. Like, and
yeah,
that was kind of a shock for me. I couldn't just go into the store and buy alcohol when I was there. I was like,
nope.
I'm just not used to that.
Why?
Because we buy it at the grocery store here.
Yeah. A lot of states do that. I think you can in New Brunswick, though. May not be the grocery store, but convenience stores.
Be a little bit of a drive.
Yeah.
I might as well have just hunted down the liquor store or just like gone down to the mug and or raided your boat.
Yes. You could do that. I gave you permission to do that.
I know. So now I know where it's all stored.
Yep.
So if you're ever in Nova Scotia and you connect with Kim, she'll hook you up.
I will hook you up.
You see what Dana says here in the chat? She says her husband has over 70 unique bottles of bourbon.
Wow. Our husbands need to connect. I feel like they'd have a lot in common.
They should connect on a boat.
This is true.
Hey,
Where is Dana? Is Dana in Nova Scotia?
No, Las Vegas.
Ah.
So, the first, so Deidre and I, like one of our hobbies together is treasure hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So the first treasure hunt Deidre and I ever worked on together, was called Breakfast, Tea, and Bourbon.
Really?
Yeah, it had a $50,000 prize.
Yeah.
And Deidre had me so convinced that the treasure was in Pennsylvania that we put me on a plane and I went out there and looked for 2 days and I could not find the thing.
Because it wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
But you were like ready to go very quickly, too.
Well, it's a race, like it's the first person to the treasure wins.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, but Deidre found this thing that was like, it was like the most perfect match to the whole thing, and it brought it all together. And we're like, yes, it's right there. And then I got there, and all I got was a tick.
Oh, wow. That's really unfortunate.
No, it's all right. I got it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No big deal. Whatever.
I got it out. It's fine.
Did you at least have some bourbon? Because it was in the title of this whole search.
No, I don't like bourbon.
Oh.
I don't even know if I've ever had bourbon.
I don't know that you have either.
I used to drink a lot of Jägermeister back in the day. A lot.
And you don't like bourbon?
I don't know. Maybe I would. I don't drink anything anymore, but I don't drink anything because I felt the problem coming because every week I would drink a whole bottle of Jaeger, like a whole fifth all at once and more. I think how many is there, like 28 shots in a bottle?
I don't know.
Like
That's not something I know offhand.
It's something like that. It might be 27. Oh, Kristen, she's here. She saw it. Like she's seen me do this.
Time.
Yeah, our friend Kristen's here. She's seen me do this. But I would have like a whole bottle of Jaeger and then maybe a couple more triple shots and then like some vodka. Like it was not good. And I would do that all the time. And I'm like, nope, no more.
Like, this is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't be able to function after that.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I passed out.
we were much younger.
Yeah.
Before
kids.
Now, talking about, because, this season has just started and we're getting ready for the newest episode, which is called Bubbling Over.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because we get the preview with the garden shaft that's bubbling. I'm curious, Kim, what's kind of been like your favorite moment so far this season?
Ooh.
Out of the whole 2 episodes.
That's so
I really enjoyed them going to the cave. That was pretty cool. I also loved seeing the 1347 carved inside of the cave.
that was cool.
Hey, did that remind you of this 1407 stone from Oak Island? You know what that is?
Yeah.
That's what came to my mind when I was like, oh, 1347? Oh, 1407.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Why didn't they make that connection?
Maybe they did, and they didn't want to talk about it. And it's coming later in the season.
Maybe. Although, when they were referring to items in the cave that they witnessed versus what was on Xena's map, I didn't really get the mermaid's fish connection. I was like, I feel like that's a bit of a stretch, guys.
I feel like, I mean, you already have the Rochefoucauld name on there. And
yes, which is amazing.
Complicated to draw a mermaid on the go. So, like, this is obviously a map.
Just a fish.
Okay, you're sitting in a bar, and this guy's trying to draw you out a map real quick because, whoever's chasing him to banish all the Knights Templars, this guy is like, writes it on a napkin, hands it over to the next, okay? You don't have time for a mermaid. You got to draw a fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Down mermaid.
At least draw like a little stick figure girl next to it or something. I don't know. But no, the Rochefoucauld connection's so cool too. And where they talk about, Duke Danville. I was actually just filming up in Lewisburg, and I jokingly said, I was like to my husband last night, I'm like, yeah, I stomped on Duke Danville's grave. And he's like, why did you do that? I'm like, I didn't really, but he is buried in the chapel and underneath the floorboards in Lewisburg. So I was trying to call him out as a ghost. It didn't work very well though.
His nap was just too solid, right?
Mm.
Now, important question, since we've been putting this conspiracy theory, well, it's facts, it's not a theory, out there for a long time.
I'm trying to find it.
How do you think Alex Lagina looks like the Duke Don B?
Totally. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Uncanny. It's ridiculous.
Can somebody put a powdered wig on him for next season and just see what happens? Yeah.
Easy Halloween costume.
he was talking, he was jabbering on and on about the Duke Don B in this last episode, and like, bro, do you even know? Have you looked in the mirror?
Right?
Let's just send him an envelope with just those 2 pictures side by side, like in it,
and let him figure it out.
Like, oh no. Brought to you by Ancestry.com.
Yes, that would be so funny.
Kim, did you hear that? Okay, so the Oak Island trading cards that Deidre made?
Love them.
And you see, the superhero Alex card?
Yes.
His sister got a hold of it, blew it up to like 8 feet
size
tall.
of a bus stop.
Yeah, and put it on the side of a bus stop, like literally.
That's funny. I love that.
Mad props. And
how did you guys find that out?
Instagram. Someone had showed us one of our listeners. It may have been, was it Cindy or I don't remember. It circulated through. Eventually, she took it down because everybody freaked out and thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. And
it was.
Had no idea it was going to go as far as it did. But can you imagine?
Can you redo it? Can you actually just superimpose his face on Duke Donville?
You know what? Is there a full?
But just superimpose his face on it. Yeah,
that's actually very doable. I recently learned how to do that. So
she could do it.
It wouldn't really need to happen.
It has to wait though, because literally I'm waiting on her to get me she needs to Photoshop a picture of a golden gnome for me.
Oh my gosh.
Because this is a golden gnome I made, and Deidre said it looks like somebody peed on him.
He looks so bad I cannot allow that to go out and people think I made that.
I literally just put a filter over this guy, but
Yeah.
that was as good as I can do. I'm not the computer person. That's her.
Or the art person at all.
Boki says golden shower gnome. Oh man.
Oh
Wrong
no.
answer, bro.
Oh
If you win, Milky, that's the
no.
one you're getting.
Oh, my
Special
gosh.
edition.
Yeah.
Special edition. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say to all of our friends, because we've had a lot of trivia winners over the past couple weeks. I haven't mailed any of the prizes out until today. I mailed them all out, including Jeff. I mailed out your grand prize for last night. So
That's right.
be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout for those Bobby Dazzlers coming your way.
Like Dana, you got something coming to you. Who else? Karen, got something coming to you. Kathy, got something coming to you. Be on the lookout. It's fun. I have so much fun doing this dumb trivia stuff. Like it is just it makes me so happy to like mail crap out across the country. But like I don't know,
across the world.
The world, yeah. Like is Claire or Chris here?
Mm-mm.
Like we have friends in Australia that we've mailed prizes.
No
to,
way.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is awesome.
So, Royston Cave. Okay, so there's been some debate. What do you think about the stone with the date in it, the brick? Do you think that's could that be an old brick? Or
I didn't know there was a debate.
To you?
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so the date that was on Xena's map that was also in Royston Cave, right?
Yeah.
That we were just talking about in the top. It was carved in a brick, what they showed.
Yeah.
And could the brick really be from that time period? I don't know. We've been debating.
To me, it looked a little bit like it's probably more recent than 1347 for a brick that looks like a brick. I don't know. Maybe not though.
It looks like a brick.
Well, did they have bricks?
I didn't think it looked like a brick. I thought it just looked like one of the other stones.
Well, I guess we need to further.
I guess we need to look at it.
Yeah.
Egyptian bricks, right?
Your mom made bricks too.
Yeah. So the Aztecs, I don't know if mom's ever made bricks. We'd have to ask her.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if I maybe took a picture of it, but no, don't have a picture of the 1347 stone.
I'm sorry. That's just
I'm sorry. I didn't know there was a debate over it. I just would have assumed it was from 1347, but maybe I'm gullible.
Well, you know what? It might be just this might be the debate right here, and that's it.
This is the entire debate.
Me and her. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so Claire, who we mentioned, is here.
Oh, hi, Claire.
Claire from Australia, and it's her birthday.
No, it isn't.
That's what I said.
It was her birthday 3 days ago. But
okay, it's still in her birthday week. Happy birthday, Claire.
Happy birthday, Claire.
Happy birthday, Claire.
Yeah,
there she is.
Claire's wonderful. Yeah, well, all of our people are wonderful. We got Connie here. We didn't say hi to Connie and Ruth. What's up, Connie and Ruth? Good to see you guys. We didn't even say hi to anybody on YouTube yet, I don't think.
I don't think
I saw
so.
Jenny.
Yes.
And C. Fulton. What's up, C. Fulton?
Hey.
What's up?
Birthday week, says Boki. Yeah, birthday week. Claire hopped in on her lunch break because they're in the future.
They are in the future.
That's right. Yes.
And
actually, you're in the future.
I'm in the future? I guess I am.
All of our friends that are in the future never want to send us the lottery ticket numbers. Like, what's up with that?
I know, so mean.
Jerks.
I see how it is.
I'd split it with them and everything. But whatever. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, you ever run? Okay. Have you ever run into Billy?
Oh, I have actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. It was funny. So I was working on The Sinner for a little bit. The TV show The Sinner. It was filmed here, well, not last summer, but the summer before. Mm-hmm. And I was doing some stand-in, and we were on the beach. And I'm getting ready to go down to sit on the lobster trap where I'm supposed to sit before they bring in the actual actor. And I go to sit down on the lobster trap, and I look, and there's somebody just digging in seaweed with a rake. And I'm like, What's this guy doing? And then I was like, oh my God, it's Billy. So I said to him, I was like, this is so unlike you to have the cameras not on you. How do you feel about that? He's like, I'm okay with it. And he just kind of like kept digging at this. So he was like set dressing, but he was set dressing with seaweed.
Oh my gosh. I just think it's funny. You're like some person digging, and of course it's Billy, like Billy Buckets over there, just dig, because he can't stop. Is what
it's what he does for a living.
Just making the beach look so pretty with seaweed.
Aw,
mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
tried to like when I was selling forklifts, I tried to cold call Billy, but it didn't work. The girl that was working there, she took my brochure and she was like, crumple, 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 and put it in the garbage. I was like, did you just really do that? She's like, yeah, he's not going to see it. Like,
honest.
Cool. Very nice to see you today too, ma'am.
You could at least give your brochure back. Those cost money.
Right.
But I appreciate that she told you that he's not going to see it.
Yeah. Thick skin, those salespeople. We got to have thick skin.
What kind of forklifts did you sell? I drove a forklift for like 15 years.
Did you? I sold Crown forklifts. I actually went to the Crown manufacturing facility for training.
Electric?
Both. Yeah. There's big fishing industry here in Nova Scotia. So Crown was very good for that. They had just a very, very good like a paint coat that really didn't get disrupted too much by salt water. So they were good. But also some fishermen are like, it's just going to fall apart soon. So I just wanted to go for like 3 or 4 years and then throw it in the garbage or whatever they do with them. And so I would sell them Mitsubishis, the ones that didn't really care too much. So Cat, Mitsubishi, and Crown.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I want a car that's not going to go forever. I'd get a Mitsubishi too. I was given a rental car that was a Mitsubishi because I had a trip that like went sideways with a rental car.
Where was this to?
Texas.
Oh, what were you doing in Texas?
Maybe hiding a note. Anyways, so I got a rental car, and the only place that had one and I could get it was this Mitsubishi Mirage. And I remember Mirages from high school. And like my best friend, that was her first car. But I got in and I thought, this might break. It still had like roll down windows and was
wow.
It felt like plastic. It was concerning. So I can see the Mitsubishi being the like 3-year Dunzo. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
And then Deidre ran into a what was the animal?
Oh, I'm burying treasure. And
literally
looking, right? And I have this gnome walking around looking for a place, and I hear this rustling. I was like, what the heck? And I look up, dude, armadillo, like right there. And I was like, I'm like face to face with an armadillo right now. Like it almost felt like a mystical creature because you don't like see him in person. And
but would he attack? He wouldn't attack. No.
I was like, I was even I Google like things like do armadillos have rabies, or like should I be worried about being close to an armadillo? Instead, he just starts walking around and I follow him with my camera. So I'm worried and like Googling, could I die or be attacked by an armadillo? Because who's gonna believe you that you were face to face with an armadillo?
You're right. Not too many.
Well, where we come from, like up the northern part of the continent, we don't see armadillos. But like in the chat, we have Connie saying they're all over the woods here. She lives in Texas. That's where you were, in Texas.
Yeah.
And she says they just run away. It's fine.
Well, he hobbled, like he waddled away or whatever, and I like followed him because it was like running into a narwhal, or even you know what? No, because those are real. A unicorn.
Yeah.
Like, that's the moment I had. I couldn't.
They're
even
such cool creatures with their shells.
Yes, it was such a surprise. I was probably as shocked to see that armadillo. No, I was more shocked to see Chris Morford and Corian Mall in the mug. But I mean, it might have been pretty close to the armadillo status.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was pretty shocking.
I would agree with you. That would be very shocking.
It was. It was about the same phone call I made to Dustin when I said, "You will not believe what just happened." And the 2 times I've said that, I just saw an armadillo and I just ran into Chris Morford and Corian Mall. They equal an armadillo, apparently.
You see this in the. We know what you were doing in Texas.
So they're one of the people that worked on that treasure hunt.
Ah.
Yes. So they know what I was doing in Texas, if you will.
Yeah, the treasure hunt we made is long done now. We had to end up giving a bunch of hints because somebody stumbled upon, because we hid one. She hid one of these gnomes, right? And somebody did stumble upon it and remove it from the ground. It was halfway buried up to its like chest, and we had to like then say, well, you can't go and find it anymore because he's gone. But whoever gets the closest, can win it with, and they can email submissions rather than go out there to get it. So they got to keep playing, which was good. But it's really sad that somebody happened upon it, and it was like in the middle of nowhere. Like there wasn't a very good chance of anybody happening upon it, but
it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, well, we have more of them out there waiting for us to make treasure hunts to have people find them, and they haven't been found yet. So,
oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
so
that's what we do.
Kim, also, you've got to work with Maddie Blake before, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Maddie,
that was a treat. That was a real treat. He doesn't have to be as nice as he really is, and I was just kind of getting this new role. It was the first time I was going to be hosting, and for another show, it was the first time I was going to be directing. And I was like, everything about hosting. Like, what kind of advice can you give me? And he gave me a little bit of advice, but then he was like, anytime, just message me. And he's like, well, we'll talk about it. Happy to help. And I'm like, you don't have to be like that. But you are. So it's very, very nice. He's a very humble guy and a lot of fun to be around.
You're both into, paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
I personally would love to see you two get together and do some ghost hunting on Oak Island.
Oh my God. Don't make me throw up. That would be like the best thing in the whole wide world.
I was going to say, are you scared or would that be amazing?
It would be so amazing.
Okay.
Dreams come true.
Pitch this to Maddie.
What?
How can we make this happen?
Let's make it happen. Let's figure it out. We can get a small army of troops to be like emailing people and calling and being like, hey, this should be a thing.
I have no problem emailing the Prometheus people.
Oh no. And even Maddie and Maddie's assistant, and see if they can. I mean, he's done paranormal thing with someone else. You have experience working on the Isle of Oaks. You're from
I do, yeah.
I've
got the local dialect down, so if anybody wants to communicate with the ghost, maybe the ghost would understand me better than others. Yeah.
Your experience on Haunted.
That's your hook right there.
I mean, you're no joke in this haunted world. This should be a thing.
I love this for everyone.
I love it for you.
I think it'd be fun.
It would be so much fun, guys. So much fun.
You should ask Scott what he does to people working at night on the island.
I can only imagine.
Why don't you tell her?
Yeah, do you have any good stories?
He told a little story when we did a pregame with him and Steve and Laird a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, about, there were people out there working at night on some stuff. And I don't remember if he said it had anything to do with paranormal.
I think it did.
Or whatever. but he had gone out there and he's all quiet, and he like gets up behind the truck or whatever. What was he doing? Did he like throw a rock in the forest?
No, I think didn't he turn the lights on?
Oh yeah, he like turned the lights on the vehicle, and they're like freaking out. They're like, "Ah!" But and he just did like all kinds of stuff to mess with them, and he like bangs on the truck. The guy comes running around the corner. He's like, ah! I was like,
that's funny.
You're like terrified. You're running, and Scott Barlow, who's already been messing with you from afar, jumps out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I feel like that should be a sideshow. I feel like that should be a spinoff.
No. You know what? I'm actually kind of mad at Scott now. Those people were doing serious work. They were really into what they were doing. He went and messed it all up.
He's probably the one that allowed him permission to be out there, and he's like, I just got to get my kicks while I can.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
No, Scott,
that's really
Scott
funny.
Facebook,
oh yeah. Out of
there.
that lone porta potty. Maybe that's where he comes from.
Oh yeah. Out of that. Can you imagine?
Scott,
You would fall straight into like the swamp or on the other side into the water.
Scott Barlow, pretty potty monster.
I think I know why they put the porta potty by the swamp though. Because like the smell of the swamp would mask out the smell of the porta potty.
But why does it have to be facing outwards at the ocean? That's like, couldn't you at least turn the thing around so you have some decency? Like, if you open the door, at least there's not like the public standing, well, or swimming or whatever.
Way more fun the way they set it up. They set it up that way for a purpose, okay?
Most likely.
Oh my god.
Man, that's good stuff. Like, can you imagine if they did like a haunted Oak Island like thing at night, and then like various people hide like a haunted house, and you're going like on this tour, and people like jump. People would pay for that.
Would they?
Yeah, or get somebody in a Sasquatch suit. That would be good too.
You have a lot of Sasquatch sightings up there?
You know, I haven't really had my ear to the ground. I haven't heard of any. But I think Maddie told me that there was someone on the crew a couple of years ago that swore they saw a Bigfoot somewhere around here. I live 10 minutes away. So when I'm out on my walks, we have this really beautiful nature trail by my house. And it goes down through Western Shore by Oak Island, and it goes all the way to Mahone Bay. And I'm like, am I gonna see Bigfoot today? But because that story has now been implanted in my mind.
What do you have to protect yourself? Do you carry mace or anything?
Carry a knife.
Yeah, spray
Don't
the
mess with her.
Okay, there you go.
It was really funny when we first moved here, which was like 6 years ago to this house. I bought a little like bear bell, and it arrived from Google. And my husband was like, "What's that?" Like, it's a bear bell. He's like, "Are you honestly thinking that that's going to scare away a bear?" And I'm like, I kind of did. Anyway, the bear bell, it doesn't come with me. The knife does.
There you go.
Do you think that's gonna scare a bear? Yes.
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, where we live, it's like Bigfoot Central. I mean, the North American Bigfoot something or other. They have like their headquarters in Boring, Oregon.
Yeah.
Boring.
It's actually illegal to hunt Bigfoot here.
It is.
What? That's actually a thing?
It's a thing.
In Skamania County.
Yeah, Skamania County, which is right next to us.
Yeah, we're right next door to Skamania County in Washington State. But where we at, if Bigfoot came to our house, we could hunt him.
That's true. It wouldn't be illegal as long as he's not like actually a person, I guess.
I don't know. Is a Bigfoot a person?
I mean, that is a question, because then it would be murder.
Yeah. So, are you telling me that somebody actually did hunt a Bigfoot and has evidence of killing a Bigfoot, and now this is a law?
No, I'm just saying you're not allowed to do it.
Yeah,
apparently.
That is so weird.
That's it. You're not allowed.
So, no knives for you in Skamania County.
Hey, self-defense is self-defense, but
That's
you
true.
can't actively go out and hunt Bigfoot.
but you need proof that a Bigfoot was hunting you.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Maddie's all about the Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Agnes says that's Cliff's place. Yes. Cliff was his name, Brackman. He was on the Finding Bigfoot TV show.
Got it.
He's the one that has the North American Bigfoot Center. So it's not far from here. I should go. I love Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot's a thing, but Deidre, not so much.
You know, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Evidence. Give me the evidence. What I have evidence of is Kim and Maddie Blake need to do something special with the paranormal. Like, he loves that stuff, right? This feels
It'd be so fun.
cool.
I was down at the Lizzie Borden house in Fall River, Massachusetts, and I didn't realize that it was like a 10-mile drive from where he worked. So I posted something on Instagram, and he was like, "Are you really here?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm leaving this morning. Otherwise, it felt like we could have hung out." I know. Disappointing.
We'll hang out.
Yeah, he would have hung out with you, I'm sure. Hey, you went to New Orleans. What was that?
I did recently, yeah.
Yeah, what was going on there?
COVID.
Oh. Okay.
I had avoided it for so long, and then I got COVID on my birthday.
Oh, got it.
I know, disappointing. But no, I went there to celebrate my 40th birthday, and I went to a couple of haunted locations, reportedly haunted locations. One was the Haunted Museum of New Orleans, and got to meet the voodoo lady behind that, which was cool. And then we went to this one place called Muriel's for a jazz brunch, and they have this absolutely gorgeous seance room upstairs on the second floor that you can rent out. So I snuck up there and I got some photos, and it's very cool. They definitely honor the fact that they have a ghost. They keep a table set for him, and they put bread and wine at the table every single day.
Very nice. That's very nice. I mean, I don't think ghosts can hold him in its stomach, though.
Probably not. No. Imagine if he could, though. Like, where would it go?
It'd be just spilled.
You know what? You know what the ghost can do, though?
What?
Can appreciate the gesture. Okay?
That's true.
Yes,
That is very
exactly.
true. We actually have a lot of ghost stories here in Vancouver, our Vancouver.
Yeah.
Around Fort Vancouver.
Ooh.
And
it was like the first permanent settlement,
Mhm.
The west coast of whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, we have ties with the Hudson Bay Company who started there, and then of course moved up towards you guys, and then but like the Grant House, and like they do a whole tour around. Like I think all of October, there's a walking tour through town and all that. So
Well,
I'm just saying, there's a reason you should come visit.
There's more reason than just coming to see your fine faces.
Yes, you can bring a crew. You'll have a fan-terrific time and hunt Bigfoot.
I love it.
I bet we could get Maddie to come too. I mean,
Let's do it.
Do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, it is time for us to go ahead and wrap up, though, because show is on here in just.
I'm so jealous that you guys get to watch it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know what? It is the most messed up thing to have a show, one of the biggest shows on cable TV that is filmed in Canada, to make Canadians wait to watch it. That's
just like literally right down there.
I feel really bad for you, but I feel really bad for all of Canada. Like, they don't deserve that. They deserve to watch it. They deserve to watch it before us, if anything.
I like it. I agree.
We try to fight for that every year. Like,
Thank you.
We post a lot of stuff. I went to Twitter and like tagged History Canada and some stuff, and like, hey, literally, you guys need to be showing it there first, or at the same time. Like, that's what it should be, because it is what it is. It's a Canadian thing. It's like Canadian, like it's one of their treasured, literally, the things, the things. I just feel bad. That's it.
Well, amen for people like you. Thank you.
Yeah.
We will watch it for you tonight.
Oh,
thank you. I see lots of people are saying there are ways.
Yes. We talked about this, so you're gonna have to do some investigating.
Yes, sounds good.
All right, everybody. We'll let you go. Go get your snacks, your dinner, always get your wine or maybe your bourbon, and we'll let you guys go watch the show. And that's it. I think that's it, right?
Thank you, everyone. And
Kim,
thank you, guys.
Kim, don't disconnect quite yet, but we are going to disconnect now. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We will be back on Monday with our recap podcast of The Curse of Oak Island. Hey, Kim, did you know this? We do our recap now the day after it airs in Canada, not the day after it airs in the United States, because we wait so that our Canadian listeners can enjoy it with us.
So thoughtful.
That's what we're talking
We
about.
have our moments.
All right, so we'll be back on Monday at noon Pacific. That's 3 p.m. Eastern, and then we will have Oak Island trivia at 3 p.m. on Monday. So that's Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Be there, be square.
All right. Bye.
See ya.